Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are finally here, bringing the franchise into its 9th generation. As the first entirely open-world games in the series, they introduced a lot of new mechanics as well as Pokemon from the past and future, and were meant to be a really big milestone celebration for the franchise. Unfortunately though, it looks like the games are going to be remembered for something else. Lots and lots of glitches. Apparently, either due to some performance issues on the Nintendo Switch or some memory issues in the game itself, players have found themselves facing down a lot of different glitches in the game, many of which are absolutely hilarious. So today we're going to be talking about the 10 most hilarious visual glitches that have been found so far in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So that being said, my name is Blaine for Bridge4 Games. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me. We'd really appreciate it if you went ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because it really does help out the channel, and you're going to make sure you never miss any videos like this one. That being said, let's go ahead and dive into our number 10 clip, Fukogo is a handful. Alright, now anybody who chose Fukogo knows for a fact that it is a very derpy looking Pokemon, and a lot of people just love it for that reason. However, based on these clips, it looks like Fukogo is also going to be kind of a handful to train. Here we see Fukogo trying to enter a water battle, but he decides he wants to do some breakdancing instead. But hey, Fukogo, that's fine. If you want to go ahead and get down with your bad self, go right ahead. But it looks like all that breakdancing must have burned a lot of calories because in its next battle, Fukogo is battling against the Magikarp. But instead of actually fighting, it just goes ahead and jumps in the lake. He's probably fine. Fukogo, you can swim, buddy, right? Number 9. Excuse me, sir. Now, the Pokemon series has always been known for having adorable Pokemon, but it's also been known for occasionally having not the best NPCs. A lot of times the characters can be copy-pasted, which we've kind of gotten used to at this point, but here we see an NPC want to become legendary because he actually walks right into the middle of a battle. Now, his animation starts off with very low frame rate, which is something else that's been a problem in the games, but he decides that's not going to hold him back because he walks right into a battle between a Gumshoos and a Pawmot. What makes this even funnier is that the Pokemon continue to fight even as he's walking between them. And I love that he's wearing shades and just keeps looking forward. Man, this guy doesn't care. He is trying to get where he's going, and he is not going to let any random Pokemon stop him. But what really makes this clip excellent is that the trainer in the background actually has her hand on her hip like, dude, really? Number 8. You are the one, Neo. Now this glitch actually starts off pretty normally. A character is walking up a ramp to get to the roof of a building. However, as they approach the ledge, they slide off, and apparently they get stuck between two graphical panels and end up just kind of floating in free fall forever. What's really funny though is that they can still control their character, making them able to basically fly back and forth. Now look, I know we have all these dragons in this game that can become motorcycles and planes and everything, but who needs them when you can fly yourself? Now one quick note, I am actually hearing that this game actually crashed after this glitch was implemented, so make sure you're saving frequently, and especially if you're going to be trying anything like this. Number 7. Selfie Super Jump. Now, it seems like a lot of the glitches in this game are actually tied to some of the brand new features, one of which are selfies. Now, as we know in the game, you are able to bust out your camera and take a picture of yourself with your Pokemon. Now, that's what this trainer was actually trying to do, and they kind of got a really big surprise. Our blue-haired fellow here went ahead to try and take a selfie and found himself jumping hundreds of feet in the air. Now, this is a pretty unusual glitch, and we really have no idea what caused this, but I have a theory. As we see in the lower left-hand corner, this guy has a Fukogo. And based on what we've seen so far, Fukogo seems to be a very dangerous Pokemon to have on your team. So we definitely advise caution if you plan on starting off with this fire starter. Number 6. Don't just break the 4th wall, break all the walls. Alright, looks like Fukogo is back and causing some problems again because we have him battling a Gumshoos this time inside of a cave. But what's really amazing is that this clip actually has several glitches in it. First of all, we see the Gumshoos actually charge at the Crocalor and then go off frame. Then we see it actually challenge the Pokemon from pretty much nowhere at all. We just see the action lines and no Pokemon. Now, in and of itself, this would already be kind of a funny clip, but then this gets dialed up to 11. The entire cave breaks away from the game and we see it just floating in the air. We see the blue sky beneath the cave, as well as fractions of different areas of the game all around it. Now again, we're not really sure what could cause this kind of issue either, but again, Fukogo, so you never know. Number 5, to the Invisible Boatmobile. It seems that a common trend in these glitches is the main character actually trying to find some other mode of transportation other than their dragons. Now in this clip, obviously the trainer decided not to use their dragon and instead decided to use Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's Invisible Boatmobile.
The Invisible Boatmobile! Ignition on, throttle up!
And you know what? They're moving around pretty fast, so I can't really say it's a bad decision. And sure, it's really cool to look like you're flying around everywhere, but I gotta admit, I do feel kind of sad for those two dragons. Number 4. Out of Control Olives. Alright, now minor spoiler warning, but one of the early gyms you're going to actually face in the games is going to have a gym challenge where you have to knock around a giant olive and get it into a basket. Now, when I was playing through my games, I noticed it had kind of weird hit detection, but I had no idea what this thing was capable of. In our first clip, we see a Crocalor try to go ahead and knock the olive into the basket, but something goes wrong and apparently the Pokemon and the olive get into a giant fight, and the fight escalates all the way into the air. We see both the olive and the Pokemon constantly hitting one each other and levitating all over the place, before the Crocalor is finally freed at the end of the battle. And that must have been quite the experience, because if you look at its eyes, it has seen some stuff. But you know what? Those olives have to be a lot more dangerous than we thought. because in our second clip, we actually see that same olive has gone ahead and engulfed the referee for the event. It's quite a sight to see, but the olive has actually swallowed up the guy's entire body and all we have left sticking out is its knees. It's definitely very jarring to see, but who knows, maybe this could be a regional variant to Smoliv one day. Number 3, is the circus in town? I know this glitch may not be the funniest on our list, but it's definitely one of the weirdest. Have you ever been to a carnival or a circus and saw those contortionist guys? You know, they can kind of twist their bodies into a bunch of weird positions? Well, apparently that's a profession that's very big in Paldea too. As we see with this trainer model, apparently their entire upper half of their body had some kind of issue, which caused it to bend in half and start rotating around the lower half. Now this gives him the appearance of being a contortionist, but it's also very strange because it keeps going and just won't stop. It's honestly really kind of terrifying because its head is on backwards too. Now this glitch is very, very bizarre and I have no idea what could have caused this, but at least I don't see a Fukogo, so it's probably innocent this time. Number 2, I thought Dynamax was gone. Alright, now I'm very happy to say in this clip, we actually see somebody trying to get on their dragon motorcycle. Now you're going to want to pay attention to the guy in the pink hat. Now clearly he just wants to go ahead and take his motorcycle out for a nice drive, but as soon as he does, boom, he basically becomes a Titan from Attack on Titan. He's super stretched out, he's well over 15 feet tall, and his entire facial features are kind of stretched out of his actual skull as well. Now this is easily one of the most bizarre glitches I have seen, and none of the other glitches I have seen anywhere come even close to this. But you know what? Who's that Pokemon in the lower left-hand corner? That's right, that's a Crocalor again. So who knows, if you want to see some of these glitches yourself, maybe you should go ahead and pick that fire starter. Number 1, give yourself a round of applause. Alright, now for the most hilarious entry on this list, we do see that the selfie feature is kind of at fault again. Now we do see 2 trainers here just having a normal day, wanting to take a picture to celebrate their awesome day together. Now things start off pretty bad when we see a Fletchinder actually fly through the main character's head. But it only gets worse when the character in the back with the purple hair and the white hat thinks it's so hilarious that she wants to give the game a round of applause, only to have her arm dislocate from her socket, but for her to keep clapping with the elbow stump and her other hand. Now unfortunately this clip actually really embodies a lot of the problems with the game. It's just glitches on top of glitches, and until they patch it, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. But fortunately in the meantime, the glitches are absolutely hilarious. So there you have it everybody, that has been the 10 most hilarious glitches I was able to find in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet so far. Now, do keep in mind the game has been out for exactly 1 day, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot more. So if you want to see a part 2, make sure that you go ahead and impact that like button in the face, and of course consider subscribing because again, it really does help us out, and you'll make sure you never miss any of our hilarious videos like this one. So that being said, I've been playing for Bridgeport Games. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know which glitch was your absolute favorite down in the comments below. And also while you're down there, let me know if you've experienced any of the glitches like this as well. It sounds like these issues are pretty widespread, but I'd love to hear from you guys. So that being said, please remember that the best Pokemon games are the ones that you love to play, and the proper ways to play them are however you have the most fun. I hope each and every one of you out there have a happy, epic, awesome, and amazing day. And despite all the glitches, I hope you guys are enjoying Scarlet and Violet. And remember, even though these glitches are pretty serious, it's okay to stop and laugh at them from time to time. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video. See you around. Bye-bye.